What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another draft video here on our Lords of Limited YouTube channel. My name is Ethan, also known as LordTupperware. Now, before we dive into this pack one, pick one here, I want to go ahead and remind you, please click that like button, click that subscribe button, the thumbs up button, give us a comment in the comment section. All that stuff really helps to grow our channel. If you haven't already, we really appreciate it. Now, diving into this pack one, pick one of an Ikoria Draft against some humans in best of 3 on Arena. Some options for us here. I think it really comes down to Boneyard Lurker versus Fire Prophecy. I believe Fire Prophecy is a better pick, but I am kind of interested in not drafting a cycling deck or not drafting a red deck, though I guess red is really just the best color and it really pivots around really well, and Fire Prophecy is just one of the best removal spells. We don't have to get into cycling if we take Fire Prophecy. We have a whole myriad of options. We can do red-blue spells. We can do red-black sacrifice. We can do red-green mutate, ramp, splish splash. So never mind. I'm going to take Fire Prophecy as a responsible pick here. But Boneyard Lurker is very close for me. The fact that it's also flexible with a black, green cost and its mana cost. And oh dear. Like I said, I really didn't want to draft cycling here, but there is a Valiant Rescuer in the pack, and it is head and shoulders above the rest of the cards here. And not only was there a Memory Leak as a 1CMC cycler in our last pack, but there is now not one, but 2 1CMC cyclers here in this pack. So we'll take Valiant Rescuer here. We'll suck it up. If the deck is open, then we'll draft it and we'll play it, and we'll be happy, we won't complain. But I hope that something else happens for us here. So we're going to go ahead and snap up the Valiant Rescuer. Okay, so we've got some options here now, which I'm kind of excited about. We've got a couple really strong payoffs. Sanctuary Lockdown, I think, being chief among them. Elite Alert Heatbonder is actually a card that I really like. I had the opportunity to play a double Heatbonder quadruple mained Serval deck, and let me tell you, it's the real deal. You just get your life total so far out of range from so many decks, including a deck like the cycling deck. And then beyond that, there's a Snare Tactician as a good payoff for the cycling deck. Now, I'm going to toe the line here just a little bit and take this Sanctuary Lockdown as what I believe is a more powerful payoff for a humans deck than perhaps a Snare Tactician is for the cycling deck. Now, that could be very wrong, but I feel like this leaves me a bit more flexible down the road. Let's say cycling isn't open, then I have another out. And if cycling is open, I should be able to see a Snare Tactician somewhere down the road, like now. So now we've got the option of Snare Tactician, Drannith Stinger, and Reptilian Reflection, all as quote-unquote payoffs for the cycling deck. Now, it's funny, we just came out with our cycling episode for the podcast, and now that I'm faced with this pick, I kind of want to take Drannith Stinger over the Reflection here. Just the fact that this is a payoff and an enabler, I think is really strong. Now, I know a lot of people have Snare Tactician ahead of both of these cards, but I am not there. Now, that could be a mistake, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Drannith Stinger here and leave myself, again, we could end up in a weird red-white humans deck with the lockdown. I doubt that very much, except now we see a second Sanctuary Lockdown, pick 5. Really interesting draft so far here. I'm gonna take that. We've already seen a Whisper Squad go by. That could come around. We could end up in black-white humans. We could just play the Stinger as a 1CMC cycler to trigger the Rescuer to make more 1/1 humans that could be 3/3 humans if we have 2 lockdowns in play. So I'm definitely going to take the lockdown here and then, I guess, see what happens. Next best card in the pack is Dreamtail Heron. Not much else to speak of beyond that. Okay, so here we see a 1-mana cycler, a Deadweight, a Perimeter Sergeant, which is like it's a human, but it's not a very exciting one. And then we see an Easy Prey as well. I would take Deadweight over Easy Prey, but I'm going to just take the Vantasaur. I should also mention the Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, which is quite good in a dedicated cycling deck, and also just like good in blue-red spells or red-black if you've got a number of cyclers or removal spells or whatever. I think Blitz is actually just a fine to good card. But I'm going to stick with the Imposing Vantasaur, sort of continue to toe the line between cycling and humans, and also recognize that with Valiant Rescuer and Lockdown, we could have a mini cycling package in our humans deck. So Vantasaur, that is. And now we see a Duskfang Mentor as a human, but we see a 1CMC cycler, as well as another Deadweight. but I'm not going to get pulled into black for a dead weight just yet. I think I'm going to continue to take the 1-mana cyclers. You know, if a couple of those snare tacticians wheel, or one of the two that we saw wheels, then that'll be a real strong signal for us about what's up in this draft for our seat. So here we have an option of, I think it's Mutual Destruction versus Spell Eater Wolverine. And I think I'd like to give myself a little bit of a nod towards the Black-White Humans deck right now with the Mutual Destruction. We've already got Valiant Rescuer that can make 1/1s to sacrifice 2. And if we're in Black-White, you get Day Squad Marshal and Night Squad Commando, as well as hopefully Whisper Squads, all of the squad things, really. So I'm going to take that over the Wolverine. Wolverine not great in our deck just yet, but it definitely could be. And now we see a pretty late Deadweight. I'm going to snap that up. Also a pretty late Coil Bug. I like Coil Bug quite a bit, especially, I mean, maybe not if we're Black-White Humans, but if you're in a Black-White grindy deck and you've got Bastion of Remembrance, and boy howdy is Coil Bug a good pick for you. And I think it's going to be a good pick for this pack here. Seems pretty late to me. This is Drannith Magistrate. Your opponent can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. So a 2-mana 1/3 that's a human with the lockdowns. It's possible I'm just supposed to take that, actually. This is pretty tough. I'm actually going to take the Magistrate here, just in case. All right, now we get a Whisper Squad on the wheel. I think that's going to push me towards Black-White Black-White Humans pretty, like, convincingly, but we'll see. We'll take a main Serval here on the wheel. Just not anything interesting for us here. Really interesting pack, though. Not seeing the Snare Tactician's wheel. It's still very possible. Like, if we open a Zenith Flare, I could see maybe turning hard into cycling, but double lockdown is very enticing to me. And the fact that Whisper Squad wheeled and there were so many good late black cards, like the Deadweights, the Mutual Destruction wheeling, the Coil Bugs we saw so late, all of that makes me want to play Black-White, I think, in this seat. Nice to have a copy of Springjaw Trap in the board. Really good. Ooh, baby. That's a human. I think Springjaw Trap is really good against the cycling decks, and in particular, as we talked about on the episode, taking care of the X3s that are troublesome, like Prickly Marmoset, like Snare Tactician, etc. But Lava Brink Venturer, definitely going to be the pickup here. This is just a pesky card to deal with. You almost always want to choose even here, as that dodges a lot of the removal, Ram Through, Fire Prophecy, Blood Curdle, etc. But there are definitely times you'll choose odd, but even has been my experience. And then we've got a Coil Bug in the pack that definitely could wheel here for us, which I'd be happy with. The rest of the pack, for us at least, is kind of a clunker. Some powerful cards in Trumpeting Gnar and Essence Scatter available in the pack for some other drafters at the table. But for us, we're just going to grab this Lava Brink Adventurer. And if we're continuing down the humans route, don't see much. I'm not that excited about Perimeter Sergeant in the deck. It seems fine, but I think we can do just a little better in terms of options for us at the table here. I just don't feel like. I feel like most Black-White decks want to be grindy. They want to be like value-based and attrition-y, and they don't really want to be like curving out, going wide or whatever with Perimeter Sergeant. We should be able to pick these up. I think I'm going to value this Boot Nipper just a little higher than the Perimeter Sergeant here. Just found that card to be quite good. Could enable some mutate possibilities down the road as well. But I think I am just going to grab the Boot Nipper here. This could be incorrect, but yeah, I really don't like it. And no mention of the Ozolith here. We have no counters to speak of, but I also think that card is quite weak. Okay, so now we see a Fight as 1. And then an Imposing Vantasaur as a cycler, and a Corpse Churn as something to get back an important threat, which we don't really actually have any important threats just yet other than the Valiant Rescuer. So I guess Lava Brink Venturer as well. But we really do want to up our human count for these lockdowns, for maximum lockdown potential. I think, again, I'm just going to keep taking the 1-mana cyclers to make our Rescuer better. I mean, Rescuer in conjunction with the 2 lockdowns is very, very good. That could just be game plan number 1 for us. But as I'm thinking about this Boot Nipper pick, maybe that was incorrect. Just considering that we have the 2 lockdowns, we just want anything that says human on it. So we'll think about that as packs come towards us. Yeah, okay. And so now basically anything that says human we're going to take here, and we're just going to have triple lockdown life hope to get some more Whisper Squads, hope that Night Squad Commando wheels, etc. I've never had 3 lockdowns before. All right, see, it's a human. It's white. We're going to take it. Easy. It could be a 3/4, 2-mana 3/4, depending on how many lockdowns we have in play. Human. Bueller? No. All right, we get a coil bug. That's fine. But like, it would be really be a shame if this triple lockdown life didn't get there. I'm feeling good about taking that Drannith Magistrate. Oh, wow. Weaponize the monsters is a very good splash, but I do believe we just have to take anything that says human on it, and especially something that makes 2 humans or has the possibility of making 2 humans. That's another nice thing about Boot Nipper, is that it can enable those attacks. You know, if you choose Death Touch, they may not want to block with whatever they have, and then you just get in for free and trigger the raid for the Night Squad Commando. So that's nice for us here. Human. You're a human. Yeah, I mean, you cost black, so that's kind of tough, but you have the potential to be a 5/5 super menace creature. So I'm going to take that over the Patagia Tiger or the Fumes. Our 3-drop slot looking quite clogged. All right, I'll take Bloodfell Caves here over the Suffocating Fumes and the Unlikely Aid. We do have Fire Prophecy in the board. Remember that we could want to splash. This also enables the possibility of just casting Drannith Stinger sometimes, so that's nice too. So I'll take that. Move it to the sideboard so I have a good idea. So we'll check out our curve as this pack is rounding out. Really can't stress this enough. Really hope to see some more Whisper Squads. That would really help me out here. So I'll take Cavern Whisperer here. We have Boot Nipper and Coil Bug that we can mutate onto, but I'm going to put that to the sideboard now. I don't think we're hoping to do that. You are a human, Facet Reader, so I'll take you, but I'm not happy about it. So yeah, if I could, I mean, as I wax poetic about Boot Nipper being good for enabling, raid for Commando, if I could swap this for the 3/2 human, because we have triple lockdown, would I? Yeah, 100%. Right now, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish, 6, 7, 8. 8 humans. We really need to up our creature count hard. And that's also not to speak of the fact that we're pretty removal light as well, right? We've got Deadweight and Mutual Destruction. We also have Checkpoint Officer. And in a way, the lockdowns are removal, right? As long as we get enough humans, the lockdowns can be removal. So the real card that I want to see that we haven't yet is Day Squad Commando. Okay, so yeah, or Day Squad Marshal rather. There it is. Speak of the devil, the Day Squad Marshal. I think that's going to be the pick for us here. The other option is Keensight Mentor, but we don't actually have anything else with Vigilance, and we don't have a lot of non-humans as well, so I don't think this is going to be great for us. Splendor Mare is fine, but again, not a human. Easy Prey, fine, not a human. Maybe we could wheel Lurking Deadeye, we'll see. Labyrinth Raptor, a nice card as well for someone out there, but not us. Really happy to grab Day Squad Marshal here. Be happy to play any number of those. Human, nothing. Not a thing. So, I guess there's a Heat Bonder. Oh yeah, there's a Heat Bonder. Let's take that. I am going to take that over Mythos. I think with triple lockdown, just anything that says human on it, we have to take. I do think I want to end up with a copy of Corpse Turn as well, just because of how good Rescuer seems to be in the deck right now. I think this is going to be a pretty big removal magnet for our deck, and I think I'd like to have the opportunity to get it back. So I'm going to take Heat Bonder over Mythos. That's going to be maybe a hot take here, but I just think we need as many humans as we possibly can get. And here's another option for us between Corpse Turn and Deadeye, and I'm going to take the Deadeye. Again, a flash human that can be a 5/3, a 6/4, 7/5 even if we have all the lockdowns out. I think that's going to be important for us. If we could just get one more Whisper Squad. One more Whisper Squad, please, dealer. That would be great. It's not going to happen in this pack. Now we have the option between Duskfang Mentor, Garrison Cat, and Perimeter Sergeant. Now, while Garrison Cat isn't a human itself, it does die into a human, and Perimeter Sergeant, pretty decent attacker for us. But again, I think it looks like we're pretty clogged at 3 right now with 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So I'm going to take the Cat here. Maybe one of the 2 3-drops wheel, maybe not, but I think Cat's going to be pretty good for us. Come on, Whisper Squad. No Whisper Squad. I do think I got to take Deadeye over Deadweight here. Deadeye number 2, not too shabby. That can be a removal for us in a way, like, you know, especially with our token producers. So not bad here. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4 1 CMC cyclers right now. So can probably afford to run 16 lands with the deck. Another cat, another perimeter sergeant. A Call of the Death Dweller is actually, I think, gonna be pretty good here. We get what, 2 more picks? We have 2 more picks at a Whisper Squad. You know, we've got a few 1-drops. We've got really good 2s, and we've got 3s. This is tough. It's possible I'm just supposed to take a cat or a sergeant here. I'm gonna check it out and take cat. Checking out and take cat there. Ooh, wow, that's a great pickup. Bushmeat Poacher is nice. Can we get one of these corpse turns on the wheel? We'll see. Gonna take Bushmeat Poacher. Not getting there. Unexpected Charge is pretty playable, I'd say, with our go wide plan. Nothing else here that I want to take. I'll take the rare for my collection. I don't think we're playing Patagia Tiger. So we got a couple cuts to make here. Ooh, Corpse Turn. Yeah, I think that wants to make the cut. Maybe it's just the 1-mana cyclers? That seems wrong to me. Anything that's not. Maybe it's just the non-humans, actually. Maybe just cut the Nipper and the Coil Bug. Reduces our creature count, but... And then... Gosh, can I play 1 Whisper Squad? That's so... I think with triple lockdown I'm supposed to, but that is really embarrassing. And then maybe we just cut one of the... Maybe we just cut Ambush, because we can't actually cast it. And that's still 3 1-mana cyclers. Got another Corpse Turn. I don't think we'll play 2. Maybe we'll need a flyer out of the board. And do something like... probably just 8/8 here with the caves. Would be my guess. Yeah. God. Are people just catching on to the squad? What's going on? So this is what? 2, 3, 4, not really. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow, Perimeter Sergeant and Call the Death Dweller on the wheel. I think it's got to be Sergeant. Because we have the Corpse Turn. And what is that going to make me cut? Destruction? No, I need all the removal I can get. It's tough. We're sort of a lean, mean. Maybe we just cut the charge because we have the triple lockdown. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then you've got us playing mountains, which is incorrect. And then plus swamps, we're 8/8. A little awkward with the Howl Bonder and the Heat Bonder, but, you know, those can be 4 drops, 5 drops, whatever. Okay, I think that's the deck. Let's see how it performs. All right, here we are for round 2. You'll notice that we just skipped right over round 1 as our round 1 opponent just snap conceded both games, which is quite curious to me, but whatever. This is now the second time. My other YouTube video, I tried to make our round 1 opponent roped and then timed out. So I didn't elect to put that on our channel, but at a certain point I want to put some content up here. So we will keep on keeping on here, and we'll certainly keep this 7. A little slow, but effective. A human and a lockdown. Sign me up. More to come, hopefully. Probably going to want to lead, when we have the opportunity to lead on Plains and Swamp first, so that, you know, one of the bonders as a draw could be played with either a second Plains or a second Swamp. Opponent going to fetch up a Mountain with Evolving Wilds, drop a Blister Spit Gremlin, and play Swiftwater Cliffs tapped. Okay, that's a really good draw for us. Day Squad Marshal as a follow-up to Sanctuary Lockdown is really nice. And I do believe that's what we're going to do. Don't feel like we're under any pressure here. Seeing some Jeskai stuff over on the other side of the battlefield. Opponent crunching in with the Gremlin, not choosing to activate. I wonder if they've got something to do with that 1 mana. Here, we're just going to go ahead and drop the lockdown. And now Deadeye as a 5/3 flash can ambush the Serval if that's what we want to do. Against blue mana, I'm less excited about that. I think I'd rather just drop the Marshal. Dreamtail Heron. Yeah, Marshall for sure going to get dropped now. That 1/1 can get sacked to the destruction to kill this 3/4 Vigi that the opponent has going on there. All right, swamp and Marshall. The other option for us was to pass with mana, Deadeye, ambush the Gremlin in combat, but there's no guarantee they're going to attack, and if they don't, it's much worse for us to just drop the 5/3 that turn rather than have the Marshall and the 2/2 in play, in my opinion. Opponent can attack in again with the Heron. Makes sense. Draw for turn is land for us, so we're going to go ahead and attempt to blow up this Heron, sack the 2/2. Now, the opponent always has the opportunity of using this Glimmerbell mana, so that there's not a ton to read into this pause here. All right, so that resolves. Sack the Wilds here in response. And now I am gonna, I'll attack for 4, and then I'll attempt to use the Deadeye to ambush our opponent here if they want to attack with the Blister Spit Gremlin. Now our life total's not in a great spot here. We're at 11. Opponent is down to 3 cards. They're got their big bad flyer out of the way. See what we can do here with this Deadeye if it can ambush the Gremlin. Vulpikeet on the Glimmerbell. Yeah, that's big. Might have to start going into defense mode here with the lockdown, tapping down some stuff from the opponent. Attack in with both. Deadeye comes in, see if it gets scattered. Does not. Oh, Fire Prophecy though? No, block. All right, got there. See what the follow-up is, if anything. Very interesting. So we can lock down, attack for 11. Yeah, and then play Sergeant. And then next turn we can be a little bit more defensive. Down to 6. Now, tapping down Vulpikeet, not the most effective move here as it is on top of a Glimmerbell. So, but now we have 2 lethal threats in Marshall and Deadeye because the Perimeter Sergeant will pump them both. And they're not going to attack here, which is really good news for us. We can actually just play that, but I think we won't this turn. I think the plan is to tap the Vulpikeet, or I guess tap the Wolverine and attack with Deadeye. So let's do that. Tap you. 1, 2. Attack with Deadeye, which should force a chump. Light of Hope, you gain 4. So it doesn't force a chump. Interesting. That is shields down for the opponent, though. I think now I'm forced to cycle this just to try and find something if I can. Okay. Okay. We'll play the Rescuer. And pass. Yeah, this is the exact reason why I need to do this, because why I'm glad that I did this, because You know, if they go anticipate into another spell, now if that spell is a removal spell, then we're dead. But that is gonna, this is now 2 spells towards the Spell Eater Wolverine having double strike. So if they found like Fire Prophecy here, we're in trouble. All right, but they did not, and that's gonna give us the win in game 1 here. Move on to sideboarding. It's possible that I want this Patagia Tiger. You know, we saw Glimmerbell, Vulpikeet, and Dreamtail Heron. So I think I may want to grab that here. Just as a nod to, not only is it a good ETB effect, but I may just need this as a blocker to hold off the other X4, 3/4 flyers or whatever. So what do I want to cut for that here? Deadweight not looking particularly impressive. I guess it does take out the Wolverine. But I think everything else looked pretty bad against deadweight. So I'm going to cut deadweight here. I guess I can shrink flyers after they've mutated. Like done a little mutate stack. It's not the worst. But I don't have anything else that I really feel like cutting. Maybe a Vantasaur. We're going to be on the draw. Maybe I'll cut a Vantasaur. Okay. That sounds good. All right. Again, a slow hand, but lockdown into Marshall is a really nice curve. And we've got our flyer. We'll keep. Opponent's taking a mulligan to 6. We'll see if they are happy with that or they go down to 5. They're happy with the 6. Bottom a card, drop a mountain, Blister Spit Gremlin. Honestly, I'm good with this. I'm good with getting my 1-for-1 here. That card's going to get in for at least like 3 points of damage with the pace of our hand right now. It can also disrupt their mutate curve, which I'm interested in doing. Feels like it just buys us some time. Also, once they're on a mulligan to 6, I'm much more inclined to want a 1-for-1 with them. Nice little Jeskai mana, but no plays from the opponent. So we'll go ahead and drop a lockdown. Light of Hope to destroy the lockdown. Sure. There's more where that came from, opponent. Don't you worry. Main deck Light of Hope looking nice for them. Okay, mained Serval. Let's see. I'm going to pass here with Deadeye as an ambush. You know, they can mutate onto it, and if they do, that's fine. We can Day Squad Marshall. Looks like, see, if they haven't learned their lesson here. Divine Arrow. That's fine. Now they're down to 1 card. We can even just cast this. I'm going to go Day Squad. The question is, do I want a Destruction Sacrifice here? I think I don't. Just yet, at least. If they, like, mutate onto it, then we can do it. Like, once they've used something like a Vulpikeet or whatever, then I think I'm more happy to do that. Okay, that's pretty nice. Let's lead off with a Patagia Tiger. We'll give +2/+2 to the Marshall. Now we get an attack. Chunk in for 5. Pass back over to the opponent. The Heatmonder is actually kind of cute if we end up casting Vantasaurs. I hadn't considered that little synergy. Swallow whole the Marshall, tapping the Serval. Yeah, 2 5s more annoying than a 1/4. Nothing I need to worry about just yet. And a Glimmerbell, okay. If we draw a land, we play Vantasaur. I think if not, we just play Heatbonder. Yes, yes. So they can deal us 2 damage a turn. Oh, 3 now. Really went hard with those gremlins. But we see this particular tiger is looking like brilliant sideboarding right now, as it is giving us an evasive threat to attack through what our opponent's doing. And now we get to play Vantasaur as well to start gaining 2 life a turn with the Heat Bonder. Next turn we can get frisky with the Vigi attackers, and then use Deadeye to finish off something, probably the main serval. Haven't seen a strong reason from the opponent to be 3 colors. Haven't seen the power level that would push me towards that. Opponent trying to do some damage here. Yeah, I think I just get in with all 3 at this point, because they can just untap Glimmerbell in theory and put the 1/3 on the 2/4, the 2/5 on the 3/6, and then we are totally fine. So see what happens here. Just 2/5 on the 2/4. Okay. Not sure why we untapped there, but Larking Deadeye, going to go ahead and finish off that serval. And that's good. And then we'll gain 2 end of turn. Opponent in a pretty tight spot here, I would say. Yeah, and that's going to do it. All right. Free win in round 1, and pretty good win here in round 2. We'll see if we can get the 3-0 in the finals. All right, here we are for round number 3 against Tropheus, who's on Lutri the Spell Chaser. Boy, howdy, do I hope we get to see our main deck card that hoses them being able to cast Lutri. This is a good little opener for us. I'm going to keep. There's Lutri, but hopefully we can make it so they can't cast that card if we can find our rare. I don't even remember what it's called. The what is it? The Draneth Magistrate. Okay, nothing exciting here from our opponent, just Island Mountain. Just Natty Jeskai again, Prickly Marmoset, okay. Well, then I guess I'm going to choose Odd. Yeah, going to choose Odd here. No attacks. Fire Prophecy can still deal with this, but now Flame Spill can't. Capture Sphere can deal with this. It's generally correct to pick even, like I said, but with the Marmoset in play, I think that sort of forces our hand to pick Odd. Be interesting what we choose to do next turn. Probably just drop the Poacher. Opponent playing the Raugrin Triome. That's a Jeskai land. Okay. Go ahead and attack with the Venturer. Now, if they do nothing here, this is like they didn't have Scatter Mana last time. They could just have cycling stuff. I'm now sort of thinking about just holding up Deadeye here. Passing and holding up Deadeye, and the next turn I can Poacher plus Deadweight the Marmoset. I know, this could be bad to not play Poacher, but I just don't like playing it into open mana here. Opponent choosing not to do anything. They obviously could have done something. Here's land number 5. So this turns on Lutri plus... Okay, Pacifism, yeah. Another reason to choose even, but again, felt like our hand got forced there a little bit. They attack with the Marmoset. I think we have to say that's okay. Just for 2. And passing. Okay. You got Convolute? You want to Convolute my Deadeye here? Go for it. Oh, this is not their end step. Doi. Okay, that's fine. That's silly. I thought that was... Oh, because it was first strike damage. That's why I got a little distracted there. Okay, so play poacher. I don't think I want to deadweight the Marmoset here. It's possible I do, though. But with Lutri, I kind of feel like deadweight can just deal with that. I'm just going to attack for 1 here. Pass. Hopefully they don't deal with poacher. Surprised to see them not want to... I think I'm going to hold the Rescuer here until we find a Cycler. And just sack the Venturer on their end step. But I feel like that means they have another spell that they want to copy. Like if they were on 5 mana and they flame spilled our thing when they could have double flame spilled. We'll sack the Venturer here, gain 3, draw a card. Oh, Drannith Stinger. Okay, so there's a Cycler. So we'll go ahead and drop the Rescuer. Scattered. Okay, can't do anything about that. I will cycle Stinger now. No red mana in sight. The Bloodfell Cave's not in sight. Okay, and play a land and pass. Setting up for block sack. Or just sack, end of turn. There it is. Oh. Okay, I was like... Do they not know that they can do this? Well, this is the dream here with Lutri is to copy Cathartic Reunion. So they discard 2 actual cards. I mean, a Cycler and a Rooting Moloch, but the upside here is they get to refill with 6 new cards, which is pretty huge for our opponent. So that's going to be tough for us to overcome. We unfortunately didn't find our Drannith Magistrate in time. Opponent also has a bit of removal. Pass to attackers. They're going to attack with the Marmoset. Go ahead and block sack as we plan to do. Drawing quite a few lands here. Oh, poor lone Whisper Squad. Blister Spit Gremlin from our opponent. And we'll drop Squad. Drop a Deadweight. Lutri. Play a land. Attack with our 1/1. Planning to block sack with Whisper Squad. Yeah, we're now 18 cards deep, and we've seen 10 lands. So only 6 lands left. Blazing Volley, main deck. Wow, I guess because they can double it with Lutri. That's pretty bad news for us. Yeah, and there's land number 11. Ha! All right. I think I've seen enough. I think the opponent's drawn quite a few cards, and we can wrap it up there. After getting our entire board decimated. That's a bummer. Okay, so mulligan to Drannith Magistrate. Anything else that we'd want to bring in? I mean, Patagia Tiger could do some work again. But I think I'd like to just run it back here. Yeah. It's tough. I mean, companion decks are very powerful. I think Lutri is one of the better ones as well to build around. You know, a handful of the companions, they feel like you start the game with even more than 8 cards. Like if Lutri is doubling a spell for you, then you're starting the game with 9 cards in your hand. Similarly with Garuda, if it hits something. Similarly with Karuga, if you have a number of permanents in play, that can be it comes into play and then it draws you 2, 3, 4 cards. Those are, I think, the most powerful ones, the ones that are actually more than an 8-card starting hand, and Lutri is definitely one of them. So play first here. It'd be cute if we could get that Drannith Magistrate action. So I'm going to keep this hand. It's a little awkward, but has the opportunity of curving out nicely, and then if we hit one of our 3 lockdowns, getting that into play and perhaps powering out our opponent before they get their action. Ooh, a little awkward here, but I think we have to drop the Rescuer. It just has the potential to, like, if they don't have a 2-drop, that has the potential to get in. Oh, God. Blazing Volley, no. Wow. Just the kryptonite to our deck here. Rebuilding. Remember, we do have Corpse Churn. Really wanting to find a lockdown. See if the opponent has a Marmoset now. And they do. What a bummer. All right, Poacher. Pump the brakes here. Try and cash in these 1/1s for some extra cards. No lockdowns in sight in either game against this opponent, unfortunately. Spell Eater Wolverine. Only a 3/2 right now. 1 spell in the yard for the opponent. All right, let's start by sacking this. If we can just hit a swamp naturally. Get a Vantasaur. Very close to casting that, so I might just cast that. Especially with Vigi Bonder in our deck, Alert Heed Bonder. Opponent tanking for some reason right now. Okay. Yeah, I think with Rescuer down and us about to hit land number 6, I'm probably just going to play this Vantasaur. Question is if I want to wait till land number 7 and I want to keep being able to activate this Bushmeat Poacher. And as I keep trying to map out these turns, it just feels like we've probably lost already. I mean, we've not been able to curve out on our opponent. They've answered our 1-drop, 2-drop. Haven't found a lockdown. Have no real way to deal with this Marmoset. Can deal with the Wolverine with a dead weight. But at a certain point, the opponent's just going to get a ton of value by doubling some spell with this Lutri, and that's going to put the game probably out of reach for us here. So no blocks on the Marmoset. Okay, cycle the crystal. But opponent did that post damage, unfortunately. And now my turn. Get a Day Squad Marshal. Yeah, I think I'd rather play that. And then we'll block sack with a 1/1. I mean, now we're going kind of wide. Magic the widening here. It's only a matter of time before the opponent finds mana and a spell to copy with Lutri. God, I just want to find our Drannith Magistrate here to shut off the Lutri. That'd be so sweet. Land number 6 for the opponent. Attack with the Marmoset. Pass, block. Sack. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it could be happening, folks. It could happen here. I haven't seen Flame Spill yet from them. Rooting Moloch. Let's go. And you can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Get back your crystal. That's not coming into play, baby. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Let's go. Let's go. My turn. Boop, boop. Magistrate. That's right. Boop. I guess I don't need an auto tapper for this. We just drop the Howlbonder. Next. No attacks. Now we have to hope we dodge removal here for a while. I mean, it's just Flame Spill that we've seen so far from the opponent. So we could dodge that. It's possible. Stop mousing over the Magistrate. Come on, don't do it. Don't do it to me. At least let me buy this turn so you don't get to replay the crystal. The main deck Magistrate, because of the 3 lockdowns, potentially having huge implications this game. Opponent vigorously mousing over all of our permanents. Wait, what does this do? Why can't I cast my crystal? Stop. Stop. At least they can't copy Flame Spill if they use it here. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ooh, I think they were trying to cast their crystal. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. What a treat. What a treat this is. Stop. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Well, let's just cast a little 3/6. And I think no attacks still. I mean, we don't really have good attacks even with the triple menace. So pass there. Keep cashing in these creatures with the Bushmeat Poacher. The question is, what do I want to sacrifice here? Do I want to sack the Vantasaur because it's not a human? I kind of think yes. I think I am going to sack the Vantasaur here. Just find me some lockdowns. Come on, deck. Checkpoint Officer is good. Let's squad up here, and let's play Officer. Now, they don't know that we don't have multiples. So they could just, they may be thinking about countering this at this point, which would be great. Frostveil Ambush. Interesting. Okay. Let's sack the Howlbonder in response. And we get Drannith Stinger. Okay. And let's just go land Vantasaur, I think. No attacks. So opponent trying to buy themselves time. Swiftwater Cliffs comes into play here. No attacks. We get to drop Officer and Stinger. And pass. It's looking more and more likely that Flame Spill may be the only answer in opponent's deck to our Magistrate, which is one of the reasons that I'm just trying to find these lockdowns. If I can get 2 lockdowns to get it out of range, that'd be so good for me. Okay, so let's start by sacking the squad here. All right, there's a Bonder. It's going to continue to gain us some life. We're at 17 cards, opponent at 20 cards. Let's just go ahead and no attacks. Gain 2. Again, all 3 lockdowns in the bottom half of our deck. Of One Mind being cast. Lutri not being able to copy it feels good. All right, let's tap down the Wolverine for now. There's one. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And I think we're off to the races here, tapping down their team on their turn and then hoping to win. I want to say Drannith Magistrate, MVP. Okay, let's go land and pass. Yeah, I think we don't attack here, so that we can just ensure that we tap down everything on their turn. Cycle the Triome, totally fine. And at a certain point, our life total, I think, is gonna get out of reach for them. So they eventually may be able to deal with the Magistrate and cast this Lutri and copy something, but at a certain point, I think it's going to be hard for them to win a game of Magic. Ah! Goodbye, my lover. All right, so let's sack that in response. Oh, actually, hold on a second. If I sack it in response, then they can Lutri copy it. So I guess I'll just tap in response. Let's tap you. Let's tap you. My turn. Nice. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Adventurer. I think we... Oh, I was going to say, I think we say even, but it doesn't matter. That resolves. Let's go attacking with... Let's go... Attack, 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 attack. Yeah. Yeah. Now I still have the opportunity to tap 2 things with Poacher, Heatbonder, and Officer. They're just going to take it. That's great for me. Down to 4. Yeah, sure, that's fine. You can attack me if you want. Let's go ahead and tap Wolverine. Tap Marmoset. Deck really delivering those lands. And now I think we just pass. Tap down everything and go for the W next turn. Actually, we probably have the win here. If I tap... I can't. So if they have 4 blockers because they flash in Lutri, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 blockers. If I leave back the officer, then I can tap down something. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers, and I'll have 4 blockers. And all 6 of my attackers will have at least... Okay, so I do actually have the win here. So attack, 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 attack. And then use this to tap down Moloch. And that does it. So they have 3 blockers, but we have 6 attackers. All right, I went for lethal, chat. Didn't miss it. This is a grind. Going to game 3 here, and I have about 20 minutes before I have to do my CFB coverage stint, so gonna have to move quick. No swaps, I think. Only option might be bringing in a Tiger for a Vantasaur, though the Vantasaurs with the Heat Bonders are pretty nice and they're good blockers. But I think I can make one of those swaps. One Vantasaur out, take a Tiger in. Okay. All right, game 3, match 3 here. Let's see if Drannith Magistrate can show up and blow up our opponent's plan here. This is going to be a keep. Nice little curve here for us. 1, 2, 3. That is what a curve is. Thank you, Ethan, for that. Okay. Go ahead and crack in. Checkpoint officer. Gonna get scattered or no. Gonna resolve. Not the curve that gets blown out by Blazing Volley just yet, which is exactly what happened to us game 2 that we came back from. Opponent with their perfect mana. Must be nice. Prickly Marmoset. Oh, this is interesting. If we want to get the Heat Bonder down first or not. Kind of inclined to say yes. This is going to be a card that, again, if they have Flame Spill, they're going to want to kill that. They saw the amount of life it gained us last time. Recognizing that once they get to 6 mana, they can Flame Spill and copy. Opponent just on Cracking Wilds here. Snare Tactician. All right, now we're going to have to drop the Venturer. Oh my. Is that a good draw or what? All right, let's just start with land. Venturer, odd. And then no attacks. We're going to want a Mutual Destruction one of these. I want to wait to see if Pacifism hits the Venturer, though. All the while, Alert Heat Bonder just ticking up for us. Savai, Sabretooth. An opponent missing land number 5, it looks like. Interesting. Okay. So this could be scatter mana. I think I'm going to start by cycling Stinger. I have no interest in casting Bushmeat Poacher here. Deadweight. Great draw. Deadweight the Sabretooth. Now the coast is clear for the Venturer. And I think we'll just pass and tap something on their turn. Blazing Volley just... Oh, Blazing Volley Lutri here. Yeah. Pretty annoying, especially because the first volley is going to kill the cat, and then the second volley kills the 1/1, so it clears up that token that we were hoping to sack. So we'll tap the Marmoset here. All things considered, this is probably the best case scenario for us in terms of what Lutri can do, but it's still not great. Opponent gonna attack with Snare Tactician. It's interesting. They're choosing to trade 2 damage here for R2 damage, which I'm pretty happy to see. So we'll play a Poacher. Attack with both. Opponent down to 11, taking 5. But we did lose our Tapper. We did lose our sack fodder for this destruction. But we can wait for, if they find their pacifism. But sort of the worst has passed. Lutri has entered the battlefield. Copied Blazing Volley. Just fine, not great. We've got a source of card advantage. We've got an unblockable creature right now that Flamespill also can't deal with. So it really does seem like it's just pacifism or bust for them. Narset of the Hidden Way. Now Narset can deal with... They're going to draw, and are they going to discard and kill Lava Brink? Probably. Yeah. Discard Ultimatum. Deal 7. Oh boy. Now it's going to be hard for us to claw back into this one. Wow. Narset and Jeskai Ultimatum and Lutri. Spicy deck from the opponent here. Well, we get a lockdown. Doesn't do much for us. Doesn't do much for us here. Now, I can attack... If I assume they don't have a 1-mana cycler, I can attack Narset and then tap Lutri. I think I gotta try that. So attack Narset, tap Lutri. And now they have the choice of chumping or letting Narset die. Now this is a very risky play as a 1-mana cycler does. Yeah. Okay. I still get to trade with Snare Tactician. No, I get to trade with Marmoset here. But I lose my source of life gain. I lose a human. And more importantly, they get to keep an active Narset here. So they can just minus to finish off the Poacher if that's what they want to do. Like just draw and then discard some 5-drop. Render our board inert. Or they may have something else. I really need to find like Day Squad Marshal off the top, like something that makes multiple bodies. Really regretting not sacrificing that cat earlier in the game. That would have been worthwhile. It would have been a different game, I think. Blazing Volley doesn't feel as punishing. You are late, my friend. You're very late. Yeah, I think I've got to... What am I doing? I'm offering the trade with Snare Tactician and Poacher. Yeah. Feels like I kind of have to. Maybe I was supposed to Magistrate Sack. I don't know. Let's see. Fight as one. Yeah. All right. So it's gone from bad to worse, folks. And I think if this gets scattered, that's gonna do it. All right. Well, end the turn. Opponent now has the ability to minus on Narset and keep her alive, but just gonna go a plussing. Now again, it's possible. Remember, our opponent was mana screwed. Right, now they're hitting their lands, but they don't have much else to do with their mana, as we've seen, right? Like, Inspired Ultimatum is gone. Narset's down, but... What's Narset doing? All right, here's more lands for us, so that's great. No attacks for me. I guess Rooting Moloch could be troublesome. I mean, I guess a Narset Ultimatum, or an Ultimatum, a Narset Ultimate could also be problematic. More gas for the opponent, more lands for us. Not like this deck. Not like this deck. Shh, Whisper Squad. Sure. This is 2 to any target? Yeah. Just gonna be way too hard for us, I think, to get back in this game. But I'm fine. We got to see Drannith Magistrate do its job last game. I feel no shame losing to a Lutri Narset Jeskai Ultimatum deck. And there's a Moloch. Getting back, what, a Triome? You want to cast Startling Development? Okay. Maybe they're gonna finally try and just kill us here next turn. Ultimate Narset. All right, my turn. Your turn. Looks like they're gonna tap on upkeep. It's fine. I think if we rip a land here, it's GG's. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna cash it in here. The opponent can ultimate this next turn and then pick off Whisper Squad, and we are in trouble. So that's gonna do it for us here. Thanks so much for hanging out, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed that draft in the video. Ended up getting a really sweet match 3 there. Unfortunately, can't get the 3-0. So again, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button, click the thumbs up button, give us a comment there, and we'll see you next time for another video.